Hello, my Legion of Little Goblins. This is Gamer Dragon, and welcome back to Let's Play Call of Cthulhu. We are still trying to find a way. I figured out how to kill him, or at least send.
Dal, this dagger looks different.
Okay, and then we just stay in here. All that fugly thing investigates the broken glass. God damn it, cat, please get off of me. Yo. Shit. Fuck. Get off. Then we take this specific dagger. This painting. Dude, you might want to step away from the painting. I would have stood near the painting, to be fair.
What's the matter with you?
Oh, a lot of shit. I do. Stop.
You sure you won't be needing that hand? You're losing it, Detective. At this rate, you're right. The bottle will get you before I do.
You didn't see anything.
I saw you within an inch of putting a dagger through your forearm. Did I miss something more interesting?
Sanders was right. This painting is cursed.
What are you talking about?
I was attacked by a creature. I pushed it back, I think.
I think so too.
I ran, screamed, broke a pane of glass. You were in the next room and you didn't hear a thing.
If I hadn't heard a thing, I'd still be in the other room. The door was blocked. I got in as soon as I could. I like to look after my goods.
You mean me?
Don't flatter yourself, sweetheart. I'm talking about the contents of this gallery. And by the way, where do you think you're going with that dagger?
It saved my life. It's an extraordinary dagger.
You should talk to Algernon Drake. He's an antique dealer here on Darkwater. He'll tell you all about it. From what I saw in the ledgers, it was him who sold it to Sanders.
And you give me this information.
It's not your style to give me free information like that.
Take it as payment for being my canary. A simple trade-off. Now go see your antique seller. I've still got things to settle with Irene.
The Nameless Bookstore. The Shambler turned out to be much more than an artwork painted by Sarah Hawkins, as a huge creature came out of the painting to attack Pierce. After a hard fight, the detective managed to send it back to into the painting. He later discovered that the dagger he used to repel the creature had been sold to Sanders by a man named Algernon Drake, the owner of the Nameless bookstore. Pierce decides to pay the library a visit. Never mind! He's dead! Why'd you close the door?
Where is the bookseller?
Let's see. Skeleton arm bones.
An old diary.
Oh. Master declared himself to be a prophet. He renounced God and worshipped a strange pagan entity with a monstrous appearance. His wife tried to reason with her husband, but in vain. He was convinced that he must listen to this voice in his head because it holds the truth. Oh, okay, yeah, that's a great idea. Now you stop it, sir. Oh, he's getting so... My cat's gotten so big.
Freud's The Interpretation of Dreams. It's the work that laid the foundations of psychoanalysis at the beginning of this century.
This practical work for a psychologist describes the techniques of analytical and interpretation of dreams. The analyst must follow several rules, especially that of free association, a principle announced by Freud at the end of the 19th century. It treats dreams as a way of revealing buried desires. I cannot believe that this theory is applicable to my nightmares. Oh, it actually... Why are you so slow to level up? Airships. Biology. Mythology. I think this is going to be important. Ah, you'd think that, I'd find books on my current situation in this one, but nope. Handbook on Anatomy and Dissection. Anyone hear a breath? Darkwater history. A Puritan colony led by Reverend John Wickwood settled on... I think I read a similar thing. Poetry. History. Archaeology. I don't know why I used that. Should not have an open flame in a bookstore. Fancy chalice, skull, more skull. More Darkwater history. Lots of anatomy. Alchemy. Astronomy.
What happened here? Let's start over. Where did they break in from? Blood. Seems like amateur work.
Very amateur.
Someone tall left this footprint. A man, probably.
Nothing happening there.
No sign of struggle. If the burglar smashed this jar, it wasn't intentionally. Was he hurt then?
Our bird's rumpled.
What killed all these animals?
Lots of bugs and rats.
What sort of thief leaves his tools at the crime scene? What happened that made the burglar flee before finishing his work?
Unless... was his work?
What the... Charles Hawkins? Looks like the symbol rejected Hawkins. What sort of power did Sarah Hawkins' painting possess? Sarah Hawkins helped hide something in this safe. Drake put in a great deal of effort to hide whatever is in here. Everything is linked to the Sarah Hawkins case.
Oh yeah, there's some mystical shit in there.
Drake left instructions on how to find the combination of his safe.
If somebody finds these memoirs, there will be no doubt that I am in serious trouble. My last and only hope is that my body and bones are still in this plane of reality, in order that they be recovered and burned. The funeral urn must be given to my dear mother if she is still of this world. The following message is of capital importance. Whoever reads these lines and demonstrates acuity of as sharp as mine can hope to gain access to my most precious possession. It lies within my safe, and the clues of the combination are to be found in the 3 cylinders, each hidden where life and study combine in the Greek world. Each cylinder is numbered, even if, as the celebrated author says, order is the pleasure of reason, but disorder is the delight of the imagination. Indeed, despite my preference for organized chaos, I must admit that reason usually prevails in the end. If by chance a person, or should I say a genius, was to match my intelligence and find the combination of the safe, I would ask that they deliver its contents into the safekeeping of my friend and colleague, Professor Armitage of Miskatonic University. The content of this safe is not only a vast digest of knowledge, but also a weapon that is far too dangerous for it to fall in the wrong hands. I hope you will be able to appreciate the danger that this represents, and that you will act accordingly. In any event, I will neither be there to guide you nor suffer from your actions. Okay then. Another book on...
What link did he find between Charles Hawkins and an old amulet?
This key that bears the Elder Sign is the only one able to protect your psyche. It is in the form of a cylindrical medallion hanging at the end of a heavy chain. Hundreds of years ago, the star and the branch whose purpose is to push back the forces of the Great Old Ones were engraved at its center. He points to it being Charles Hawkins that tore it from its last owner, an Egyptian antique dealer. In press cuttings that mention the misdemeanor, the date of the robbery coincides with the last of Hawkins' trips to Cairo. It remains to be seen whether he knows of the true purpose of the artifact. Try to find it. Alright, so we need to find this medallion because it's going to probably save our lives.
Is everyone on this island taking sleeping pills?
Looks like it! More alchemy. I can now get more stuff.
Arkham editions. Never heard of them.
Things that should not be.
How many volumes are there in this collection? Another volume by Arkham Editions. Arkham Editions. How many volumes are there in this collection? Another volume by Arkham Editions. Arkham Editions. Never heard of them. How many volumes are there in this collection?
A lot, I'm guessing. Mythology.
The Book of Zion is the foundational work behind Helena Blavatsky's Theosophical movement. Its followers place truth on the same footing as a religion. Cylinders that Drake tried to hide. I should perhaps listen to them.
That was, not the best hiding spot. I'm sure we should, play these cylinders.
And these red drops, like precious stones, lie fixed, set in divine gold. To be the guardian of the Grail does not protect me from its attractions, Henry. And I do confess it. I am willing to pay to know its secrets.
How did that help me?
I finally understood that we were only pieces on the chessboard of the gods. Let those of us who are still standing protect our White Queen from their dark soldiers. I see our number dwindling, and my will strengthens as my apprehension grows. We shall refuse to be the playthings of destiny.
Oh, that's...
Dear friend, I thank you again for the anthology of the works of Arkham editions that you sent me. Volume 9, Azathoth and Other Horrors, seemed particularly relevant to my research. I never tire of browsing through them.
Well, that's the first number I've heard. Okay, so we're looking at the Arkham books? I think it was specifically...
Drake talked about a particular volume.
It's not this one.
So these are the volumes that Drake was talking about in his message. What did Drake say about this collection? Drake talked about a particular volume.
6.
So these are the volumes that Drake was
8.
talking about in... What did Drake say about this collection?
4.
Drake talked about a particular
7.
volume. So these are the volumes that Drake was talking about in his message.
Oh, I could just look at the numbers. I mentioned 9. That's 8.
What did Drake say about this collection?
6. 1. 3. Oh, this one.
Drake talked about a particular volume.
Alright. This volume. Luxury Street. Collection of poems by Edward Peckham Derby, also known as the Nightmare Lyrics. This collection of poems was sensationally received when first published in 1908. He was only 18 years old. Anything that would help me. As a thought within other horrors. Come on. Listen to it again.
Dear friend, I thank you again for the anthology of the works of Arkham editions that you sent me. Volume 9, Azathoth and Other Horrors, seemed particularly relevant to my research. I never tire of browsing through them.
9.
I finally understood that we were only pieces on the chessboard of the gods. Let those of us who are still standing protect our White Queen from their dark soldiers. I see our number dwindling, and my will strengthens as my apprehension grows. We shall refuse to be the playthings of destiny. And these red drops, like precious stones, lie fixed, set in divine gold. To be the guardian of the Grail does not protect me from its attractions, Henry. And I do confess it. I am willing to pay to know its secrets.
The Chalice of Knowledge.
Oh, now I'm figuring it out. I just don't know where the fuck my pen went. If my cat could just move for a second while I get the... Or I could just pull out one of my markers. Alright, so... Cylinder 1 mentioned... One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, let's start here with this big crack. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so if we're going to... Okay, obviously it's not going to count the pieces on the chest.
The Queen has little protection.
So are we counting the Queen or or are we just counting her protection? If it's both, if including the queen, that's 4. But if it's just the protection, then it's just these. It's just the rook and 2 knights. And we need to include 9 from the volume of those books, because he likes 9. I don't think it's... Alright. Oh shit, it worked. Yes! Let's read this! That's a great idea. Dude, I think we should close that book. Oh, good fucking grief, we're back here again! I'll go back to this fucking oh, wait. When he opened it, his mind was projected into another body. Yes, let's just read a book that's covered in human skin. Okay, that's a great idea.
Dr. Colden, this man's condition is deteriorating.
What says Dr. Fuller? It's his patient, after all.
He's busy with Captain Fitzroy. He specifically asked us not to bother him when that's the case.
Oh, of course. I'll see what I can do. Mr. Blake, can you hear me? I'm Dr. Colden. We'll take care of you.
There's nothing we can do. I tried talking to him. He's catatonic.
Did you inject him with a tranquilizer?
No, Doctor. Not me, not anyone. Our stock is empty, yet again.
Can't imagine why.
But there was enough for the whole island.
More and more people are suffering from insomnia. We can't refuse to help.
Of course.
Any idea what this man might be undergoing?
Oh,
very well. I'll examine him. 30-year-old subject. Severe hypothermia. Erythematous papules around the eyes and eardrums. Necrosed palpebral tissue. Lord, this smell. His skin shows abnormal loss of color and seems dried out. He's totally dehydrated. His fingertips and toes seem to feature a slight ring under the skin. Tender at the touch. Slightly sticky. Severe malnutrition. Swollen abdomen with traces of petechia. Doesn't seem like an edema. Slight protuberances seem to indicate the presence of a foreign body.
So, Doctor, an opinion?
I'm not sure I have the necessary knowledge to treat this man.
Don't say that. You're our most worthy doctor after Dr. Fuller.
Some of his symptoms are beyond my comprehension.
What did you find?
A lot of shit that does not seem...
Did you examine his abdomen? It would seem there's something inside.
He hasn't eaten in days. Are you certain it's not an edema?
No. Can't you recognize an edema? Pushing with your finger won't leave a trace. And look at these bumps.
It's not like he could be pregnant.
No.
Whatever it is, this man has something inside him that shouldn't be there. We should operate on him at once.
Dr. Fuller said not to worry, that the edema would go away by itself.
And you believe him?
No, I'm not sure Dr. Fuller is telling the truth.
Or actually knows.
In spite of the muscle contractions, his arms seem limp.
Yes. They can't have decalcified, not at this rate.
And yet, if there is a bone in this arm, it's softer than that of a newborn baby. What about his cranium?
It's soft at the touch. It does seem like the skull of a baby.
Look at these sticky rings growing at his fingertips. What can be happening?
I'm sure you'll find an explanation. You have to.
I see signs of hypodermoclysis, but he's still dehydrated. When was his last IV?
He's constantly under perfusion. I've even gone beyond the recommended dose to no avail. And you won't believe me, but when we bathed him earlier...
He seemed to feel better?
Yes. Like he needs an aquarium, not a perfusion. But that doesn't explain his condition.
Oh, I could explain it.
I almost don't believe it myself, but these symptoms are not those usually associated with the human species.
What do you mean? Don't tell me you believe in extraterrestrials.
I'm not.
This poor man is from our world, all right. But his body is undergoing unnatural mutations. And this transformation is killing him. His body simply can't cope.
Where could he have gotten such an infection?
I pray that it's not here.
Dr. Colden, may I know what you're doing to my patient?
What I'm doing? How about what you've done to him?
Let us calm down, my dear Marie. I don't appreciate your tone, nor your insinuations. I've done to him what I do to all my patients. Provide him with the best available care.
Your imagination is without limit. It's your homemade drug again, is it not? Those people are not your guinea pigs.
There, there. What have you seen to put you in such a state?
His limbs? His body temperature? I don't know what experiments you've undertaken, but this is going too far.
Oh, I sense some excitement beneath your indignation. Could it be you wish to join me in my scientific endeavors?
You are a brilliant
serious?
physician, Dr. Fuller, but this man has the attributes of some kind of animal.
Fascinating. An animal, you say? Could you be more precise? Cephalopod, perhaps?
This amuses you.
Your reaction does. I know your thirst for knowledge, Doctor. It's your innocent worries for this man that have you overreacting.
For this man, and the others whose medical files you've been hiding.
I have to protect my discovery. These people owe me their life, but the world isn't ready yet. It will be, in time.
I will not let you do this.
You disappoint me, Marie, but I still have hope you'll one day share my point of view. In the meantime, take care of your own patients and try not to forget who you're dealing with.
Was that a threat? What did he mean?
It was a warning. Dr. Fuller is this institution's founder and one of our profession's most influential voices. My word is of no weight against his. If I continue to protest, I will only ruin my reputation and career.
It's scandalous. Can't we do anything? Is there no evidence of his crimes?
I disapprove of Fuller's methods, but his treatments have saved more lives than I can count.
And Mr. Blake? You said yourself he was dying.
I don't know what to think for now. What I'm sure of is that Fuller is hiding something from us, and I need to know what that is before I take a chance exposing him.
And where would you find those? In his office? What if you get caught?
I'd rather not think about that. I'm counting on your discretion.
Of course, Doctor. You can count on me. I'll keep Mum.
Yeah, you'll keep Mum. Oh my god, there's so much to go through.
No, you're pulling my leg. I'm not joking. I saw the schedule. She's alone in the bathroom again. And she still says nothing to that old witch, Donovan.
Oh, listen to the way you talk, you naughty girl. And the answer is no. You can imagine that she doesn't dare say a thing. That silly goose lets herself be trodden on.
Oh well, at least we won't have to clean for a while.
And just wait and see the next time the water's cut off. It's a real show.
Wait a minute. Where do you think you're going? Dr. Colden.
Mrs. Donovan.
Nobody goes into Dr. Fuller's office. But rest assured, I'll tell him you came by.
That won't be necessary. Thank you.
I will tell him, nonetheless.
Ah, she's a loyal bitch. How do we get that cranky old hag away from her to loyal? How do we get the ignorant skank away from the office? And yes, I will not be referring to her in any kind of charming or loving manner, because I can tell she's a bitch and she's loyal to a piece of shit. Don't know how doth we distract the cranky old hag? Nobody else refers to her in a charming manner. What the hell?
She's a witch, an old hag. I'm the one who pays. What a pest. It's so unfair.
Okay, this might be the person that we... Why do we look around just to make sure we can find... Don't you...
Everybody says it. She's a witch, an old hag. I didn't make this up. Sorry, but nobody can take anything until I finish the inventory.
Sorry.
Ethan.
Marie,
What are you doing here?
I'm waiting for my medication, of course. Why?
You're not here for treatment, right?
Am I so obvious?
Very.
Only to me. I know you worry about me.
I trust you. I'm happy to see you.
Me too, Ethan. Is that all?
Well, there might be something else. I'm not sure.
Tell me.
I have nightmares. They keep me awake every night. It seems stupid, I know, but they're terrible.
Actually, you're not the only one.
No. No one has ever seen the things I see. It's like I'm turning mad.
So many people have this affliction. It's like an epidemic.
Do you think it might be related to Fuller's work?
I don't know yet, but I will figure all this out. Everyone in Darkwater is suffering from nightmares.
Really?
We don't have any medication left.
Oh, there's no excuse then. I should let you work.
Take care, Ethan.
You too, Marie.
A Hawkins wing. Interesting. They donated to the cause.
We've been waiting to be restocked for weeks. The doses prescribed by Fuller are far too high.
Prescription of barbiturates. What the fuck are those? I mean, I can ask my mom. She's a nurse. Maybe she knows something I don't. For the record, I did say my mom's a nurse, didn't I? Pseudoscientific work by some person I never heard of correlates to an individual's morphology with his criminal predisposition. The seriousness of this study and the accuracy of the demonstrations can deceive an uninformed reader. So there's something else in there that we need. The room.
I don't have any business in the boiler room.
I mean, why would we?
The operating room is never accessible after an operation. The key to the boiler room is missing. Dr. Fuller always keeps his key with him.
And he's in the surgical ward. Why is the boiler room key missing though? You know, that's weird.
This man, Edward Pierce, his file is incomplete. What did Fuller do to him?
Yeah, that gets the state on your ass.
Intoxication from breathing organic vapors. What is the boiler room key doing here? The key to the boiler room. Not where I expected to find it.
Whose desk is this?
She recently came back from the surgical block. She's stable. Given her file, a nephrectomy would have been inevitable. But Fuller was able to save her kidney. Why did nobody tell me about her admission?
The file describes the state in which Irene Sanders entered the Riverside Institute, as well as the treatments administered to her. Fuller added a handwritten note. He recommends to take her down to the psychiatric wing in order to provide her with the quiet and rest that she needs. When is this occurring?
He broke his back in an accident down by the docks.
Sorry?
Hay fever. What's he doing here?
Doctor, please. My chest. Oh.
His perfusion of a semi-physiological solution doesn't seem to work. He's undergoing a ventricular fibrillation.
Oh my god.
Nurse? Deborah, come and help me, please. His potassium level is too high. Replace it with 2% glucose solution with insulin, calcium, and sodium bicarbonate.
I'll tend to it right away.
Thank you. He's in your hands.
And we gotta save. So I'm gonna end it here for now. And we'll figure out more later. So thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more, like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell notification icon, and share this video with someone who might enjoy the series. I'm Gamer Dragon, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye!